I'm sorry to say it, but it is one of the most peaceful things, especially in a relationship, to just lay down and read. So you gotta fix that, Ann. You gotta fix that attitude. Trust me. All the grandmas in the chat will tell you the same thing. All the grandmas that are married, all the grandmas with a husband will tell you the same thing. Not the grandmas that are divorced. They'll say, no, fuck it, dude. Fucking sex and cocaine, baby. But the grandmas that are married and stuff are like, yeah, me and my husband read all the time, in bed before bed. We throw Law and Order on. Like they're just chill. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be like that so bad. You know how peaceful that is? Oh my God. That's all you should be searching for is that type of peace. Having someone you love with you, you're fucking working on life and moving through it together and just loving it, you know? Sex and stuff honestly isn't even as good as the peace part about it. Like, sex becomes a task. Sex eventually becomes like, oh, you know what? We have to drain these balls, or I gotta get off, you know? So it's like, let's fucking do it. Let's have some good sex, you know? But it becomes more of a now it's because I'd rather like chill, you know? But yeah, yeah, reading is the best thing ever, dude. I'm not even saying a book, but you're always reading things like reading words and stuff, reading the TV, reading vibes. So then when you put your head down and read a book, you read everything so much better. That's why reading, you're like looking down at a book and so like reading's like beautiful. Yeah, never a task, but I wouldn't say a task. Like we don't have to have a competition on love here, because I'm a strong motherfucking lover, don't get me wrong. But it becomes as you get older and want and value other things, it just it's something that isn't so like, let's do this all the time. It becomes more of like, oh, nice. Like we had sex, but then you can kind of go a while without it and kind of get your balls like rejuvenated and you can just fucking like kind of, So I think like that's what I mean, because like I don't know. Yeah, it's more intimate instead of like fucking like animal type shit. Like whoa, like it gets to more just like, oh, we make intimacy, I feel better. Let's, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I want it, bro. I don't want things to be so crazy. I don't want things to be have to be so much. I'd rather intimacy. I'd rather chill and love life and enjoy life and stuff like that. When you're young though, it's different. You're having fun, whatever, but I don't know. There's two different lifestyles, bro. I enjoy reading, yeah. So do you not consider yourself a sex addict anymore? Honestly, like I think like anyone my age has a lot of testosterone where it's like to say I'm a sex addict, I don't have over 20 kill like 20 I haven't had over that many people I slept with. There's people that have like 100 people they slept with, they're sleeping with all the time. I wouldn't call myself a sex, but I was going through things like hormones, like wanting to jerk off all the time, like loving life. So I wouldn't really consider myself a sex addict. I think that was more for like the joke of it, you know? Like just having fun with it, but also saying like, yeah, I don't want to get too down the path of valuing sex or having sex all the time or wanting it all the time. I want to put other values before that. That's kind of where I was going with that. Yeah, if I said my body count is 300, obviously that's a joke, right? If I had 300 bodies, I'd be so proud of myself, but I don't. Cal, thank you. You're a normal 25-year-old. Exactly. Exactly. Cal, thank you for the 10 gifts. I didn't even see that. My sweetie, thank you. All you guys, thank you. I was listening to classical music, so I didn't see that. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, companionship's so important, bro. And it makes me sad because a lot of times I have that companionship, I see my likes go down and stuff like that, but it's also like up to me to do something about it, like continuously show. But it's like people should be happy for me to have that companionship, you know? If you truly value the person I am, you should be happy for the things I love, you know? And yeah, sometimes that'll make me disappointed, only at like you though. It's not even at me. It's like, wow, you're that low in life that you're jealous about something good happening for someone. You're never gonna get anywhere with that attitude. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can try to hurt me, but you're actually just hurting yourself. Annie with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so, so much, Annie, with the 5 gifted subs. But it's also like me just doing what I want, you know, and not listening to like what other people say about it. Cause like, um, at the end of the day, like people will love you one day and then 2 days later they don't love you, and then 3 days later they love you because you did something that they like. So it's a constant, like you just need to always follow what you love and share what you love. You know what I'm saying? So I've been learning that more and more because yeah, it's definitely hard when you see things. Why do you listen to the negative people who say mean things? I think like anyone can be negative at sometimes, right? I say something positive, you say something that I don't like, you know, even you and you'll say something I don't like. I think it goes for every single person. So it's not even like listening to negative people, it's just listening to negative things. And there's things that I call out and don't like, but that's just my opinion. It's not about blinding me a side eye. It's about knowing that no one's perfect and we all make mistakes. You say things that you wish you could take back. I say things I wish I could take back. We have attitudes towards things that we wish we could do differently. That's just normal. Do you know what I mean? Again, it's not like a categorized like this is exactly how I be. Everyone's their own person in this group, and everyone has their own fucking meaning towards shit, different shit. Annie, thank you again for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. Not everyone is like that, but even Sonia, I've had things with you that you said that I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things that the attitude that you give that I don't like. I can say that for any single person in here probably. You know what I mean? So it's not even about like not everyone's like that. It's like speak for yourself. You know what I mean? This is my feelings towards things, and there's some things that I think, oh wow, you know, you could have been better here. It's just bottom line of it, you know? It's not about fantasizing about everyone being perfect. It's about being a real person too and understanding that I'm a real person and have opinions and points on everything I do. Debbie with the 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Debbie with the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dubs in the chat. Um, but yeah, you got on me before it was misunderstanding. Yeah, it was misunderstanding, but you know, it is what it is, bro. You know, if some things are misunderstood or this or that, it is what it is, you know? Um, you gotta fucking, you have your own opinion towards stuff. Like, I don't know, I can, even though I forgive, I still remember what could have been better. I love that your whole thank you. I appreciate that, Fantilli. Yeah, no, it's a good thing. But I've definitely seen people's real intentions and been like, damn, I can't believe like I'm losing numbers just like I am right now, just for talking about a girlfriend or someone that I love. And all these people were telling me, oh, I love you so much. And then they were actually just loving me to like use me or get closer to me or manipulate me or this or that or this. But as soon as something's not their way, or if I'm doing something else or something's good for me, then they're like, oh, like don't even think about it. And that obviously hurts me. You know what I mean? I understand though, we're all human beings and we all got our own shit, and I'm not perfect either. I have things that hurts other people as well. But it's still, I'm just being honest towards how I feel. And it is a little sad. I do appreciate the people that step over that, but automatically do feel a little bit of jealousy. But I am telling you right now that nobody in here should have 1 ounce of jealousy in their bone. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you have jealousy, like that's taking you, like you should fix that. Like, if you have jealousy, you should fix that. Like, bottom line, like, shouldn't even be said more about it. If there's even an ounce of jealousy in there, you should fix that. You know what I mean? It's not a normal thing to be jealous and stuff. It's not. You can feel it, but you always have to fix it because that's not how you should be feeling, or it's not how it, you know what I'm saying? Um, but I get it. I get the bigger picture. Most people aren't jealous and stuff about that. Most people are just kind of having fun. At the end of the day, everyone's got their own life and is kind of doing it. There is some people that take it overboard though. But yeah, like you just see the differences, bro. People that say they were there for you, all this stuff, a day later they're gone. There's a person that has been gone for like so long, but she always says she's there for me, but then she goes on different lives and talks about me or talks to people or tries to get close to like family or whatever it is. And it's like, that's just like, what the fuck? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes you trip of what is your intention? Like, what was your intention? You know, you need to fix that, dude. If you have bad intentions, you need to fix that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, shit like that trips me out. But there's a lot, bro. I'm not even kidding. There's a lot of people like that, bro. You start to realize when you're in the spotlight and stuff how shitty the world actually can be, bro. And there's a lot of people like that, bro. It's mostly to get my attention. Like people will strategically try to get my attention in any way. And if they don't get that or someone else is taking that attention, they're like completely figuring out how to get that attention, but having that mindset isn't fair unless you're doing something that is fair. But if you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're having that mindset for like ill wills in a way, it's just not fair, dude. Because it's like, I don't know. It's like you don't really get anything out of it. It doesn't feel that good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it is disappointed to see sometimes. I'm just being honest. Like I'll be reading comments and stuff, and I'm like, damn, bro, you make it seem like this is your persona of like, I want the best for you because you're like a son to me in a way, not literally a son, but like someone that I love everything about you and I just care. But then as soon as like they get something, it's like, oh, now I don't get to fucking flirt with Will, or now I don't get to do this. And it's like, why does that even matter, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, it hurts because I'm not here to just be some stripper or be here to be some like that's just never why I was here. And if you ever thought that in a way, it just like grosses me out, like genuinely, because yeah, it just grosses me out because I don't know, I never looked at myself like that. You know what I mean? So when I see people looking like that, it grosses me out, to be honest with you. And I don't find that fair, you know? Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm human, bro. Always, bro. Fuck, dude. I'm the best human, dude. So for someone to hurt the best human, dude, is the worst human? So you gotta really check yourself on that shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Because it's just like, why would you be like that? You know? Like, again, like if you don't have anything good to say, like either fix it or don't say anything or just leave, you know? It's better than trying to be like jealous and attacking about it or trying to like do this and do this or like it's a weird game. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to ask yourself, what am I getting out of it? So shit like that definitely hurts, bro. Definitely hurts. I'll post a picture of myself. I post a picture with me having fun doing my nails with my girl. It takes people 5 minutes to start liking it. Takes people 5 minutes. They're looking at it. They're jealous as fuck, sick to their stomach. Oh, we're just gonna like it because Will likes it. It's like that doesn't feel good. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd rather you just not even do anything about it. I don't know. Like don't tell me one thing, but it's the other thing. Do you know what I mean? Be real, be honest. It's the only thing that's gonna make things, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that hurts because I'll be sitting there thinking that they love every part of my life, but they just like when I look good and they're fantasizing about me. Or when I put someone else in picture, their fantasy is now over. So it's like, oh, I can't. And then that's the type of shit that makes me look at the documentary and be like, oh, there was a lot of truth to the documentary with the fame, the fantasy, all this stuff. And that, and I know there was truth either way, but it just, I don't want to be like, that's not like my story. You know what I mean? It's not something that I'm pushing for, you know? Yeah. Doris with the 25 gifted subs. Doris, thank you so much for the 25 gifted subs. It's not fair to me. So when I try to communicate this, it always ends up, oh, Will snapped, or now he's mad. Ha, ha, he's the raw. Like, it always seems to be pushed towards that. But it's like all this stuff is inside of me that I like, you know what I mean? So it's like it feels unfair all the time like that when it's happening, you know? It doesn't matter how much money I get and stuff, it's how you're getting treated. No, no one, you wouldn't let me treat you like absolute shit for anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not about that. I do get still paid and stuff, and I'm grateful for that, of course, but it's not about that. It's about my life. It's always been about my life. And that was just a bonus about my life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I push like sexual things, have fun, but I'm a 25-year-old guy, bro. I'm a fucking rock star. Every single guy's doing shit like that. We're having fun, bro. Living life. It's not something that I'm saying is my whole personality. I'm obviously being funny and all this and doing other things and keeping it professional, crossing the line just a tiny bit to gain entertainment, blah, blah, blah. But yeah. Doris, thank you for the 25 gifted again. Seriously. Lack of respect hurts your heart. Oh yeah, bro. And I get it, man. I get it, you know? You're so focused on like the fun of it that it's like you don't really like pay attention to like whatever. It's more just like this like whatever attitude. But when it gets to a point where all you want to do is be respected even a little bit, then you're like it's like, okay, yeah, you can have that nonchalant care, but when people nonchalant don't care about you, they literally just don't care about you. You're just a laughing stock, you know? Um, but I'll also be like, all right, well, I'm laughing with opportunities flying out my asshole and a beautiful girlfriend that I can fucking take care of and do great things with and a good personality, and most importantly, my point of view on life. So, you want to play that game? We can play it back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And I won't even play it back and forth. I'll be rising to the top no matter what, just what I want. But it matters your heart, your soul, you know? So I'm just telling you guys my fucking feelings about it. It's something that I truly believe in, honestly. As much as people try to rob you from that, it's literally what I believe in. Um, so yeah, and there's a reason why you react to it or you see it or you care about it, because it's something that I believe, you know? Yeah. But I appreciate you guys supporting me in any way, to be honest with you, because I can't control you. So if you only want to be here because of this, or if you this or this or this, that's your life. I have my life, you have your life. I appreciate all the support, no matter what. But I'm gonna also say my feelings because it's my platform and stuff like that. And it just is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, either way. I always appreciate anything. I even appreciate the person that bullies me because they just help me get to where I want to be. I appreciate the person that's done bad to me because they just help me get to the place where I need to be. So I appreciate all of it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my outlook towards life. It's always been my outlook towards life. But yeah, it's something that I'll obviously always stand up for at the same time, you know? You got to stand up for yourself. But mostly it's people trying to get reactions. They always try to time it, when to say it, this, that, talk to other people, try to get closer to me, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I'm pretty happy I'm the center of attention. Like, if you think about it, it's a pretty fucking big compliment that people care about me that much. So I'm not really too fucking sad about it, you know? Well, Barbie, thank you, my sweetie. But I just think there's a better way to be with other people, so I'm just trying to help and speak and just like talk my feelings for like kind of a better understanding. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I had to get this off my chest because it can be all fun and games and stuff for sure, but it does get to a point where it's like you can't be hitting someone like crazy and just expect you to throw them under the bus and like that's fucking ridiculous. I'll never let that happen, but most importantly, God will never let that happen. Like bottom line, you can try to manipulate, you can try to do this. God will always punish you, bro. How you deserve to be punished. It always happens at the end of the day. So it's something that like, you know, but it's just like if I'm gonna try to stop bad things, I'm gonna try to stop bad things, you know? Try to help that as well, you know? But yeah, you can think you do the most, but you're doing nothing. You're like a hamster on a wheel that's like killing itself slowly. So you don't want to live like that. You want to actually think of the big picture, think of God, think that you know that everything happens for a reason. Karma is a bitch. All that stuff is real. You know what I'm saying? Um, so just remembering that stuff because like I get it though, you know. I pick on you guys all the time. We have fun with it. So I'm not like blaming everybody. I'm just saying like some things I feel just like you guys say things you feel. You know, as much as I say it like a joke, I'm serious though. Like you guys, when you say how you feel, I appreciate it. Even if I don't want to hear it in the moment or whatever, I eventually appreciate it. I say sorry for whatever, because you know, whatever, but I have to do kind of the same thing. So it's like a two-way street. And yeah, that's all. That's basically it. Because yeah, because like things that you might think like I wouldn't care about, I would think you don't care about. You know what I mean? We all have like different experiences and shit and different lives. So there's just some things that we don't know, you know? Um, but yeah. Um, But yeah, you know, you can just see the trajectory. Talking about Kira, I don't really want to say her name too much because it's disrespectful. But like, because you guys can clearly tell I'm not trying to like throw her all over the internet at the moment. So it's like stop crossing a boundary that you shouldn't be crossing. Like, don't say in the Discord, "Hi, Kira," when I say like this. Like, just leave it, bro. You know, you don't have to be shouting out her name, massively. It's an embarrassment, really embarrassing. Um, anyway. Um, yeah, this is the respect I'm talking about. But it's been with every girlfriend. It's just this jealous, like hateful thing, and it's so gross. Like if Jennifer Aniston had this hottest boyfriend, I want to be like the hottest boyfriend. I'm not chirping. I'm not hating. I'm like motivated and feeling good about it, you know? Um, yeah, I'm not hateful towards it. That's the right word. People are hateful towards it. You either love or hate. And when you're being a hateful person, that's what it is. It's hateful. That's exactly the word for it. I don't stand for the hate. I don't stand for the hate. I can't stand for the hate. It's not good for me, it's not good for you, it's not good for anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's embarrassing too, yeah. Like you shouldn't be like that. But I'm not saying like whatever, because there's all my own family members that stand for hate. But I don't think it's right. Like personally. And you know, they can chirp me or people can chirp me for sure and say, "Oh, what about this?" But I'm not bringing up your past. I'm not throwing things in your face. I'm not even saying your name. I'm not even focusing on you. I'm just saying it's not good to be hateful. So to be getting defensive over things like that is just because you're jealous and hateful and you're throwing it back on me, you know? And it's just not something that feels nice a lot of the time. Um, yeah, obviously, right? But once you really love yourself, you don't really focus on other people's lives too much. You're focused on your life, you know, in a loving way and taking things strategically. So it's it's hard because when you're hateful, you're so used to picking on people. You're so used to getting your own way by jabbing at people and getting reactions and all this stuff. But you're in a cycle of like constant misery. as much as you think it's gonna get better, you know in a week it ain't getting better. You know what I'm saying? So it's better to just step away from the hate train and start loving yourself, but truly loving yourself and enjoying it and, growing and all that stuff that I'm working on right now too, that I gotta work on. Um, just not giving into anything negative and stuff like that, you know? Um, because you really don't want to. You want to put your brainwave on a higher frequency and you want to grow within that brainwave to feel more at peace and light and all that stuff. But the only way to do that is loving it, working through it, but choosing love because love is going to make you grow, hate's going to make you shrink, you know? So super difficult sometimes, but it's not. It's only difficult if you say it's difficult. That's something Tommy used to say, and it's true because even when I just said difficult, I started going down to this posture instead of raising my frequency, being positive about it. Like you want to stick on that kind of train. But I get a lot of the hate comes from love, it's like a love hate towards things. So I also understand that. So I don't want to like be too judgmental to people that hate because sometimes it comes from a love standpoint and they just don't really know how to handle it. So that's a difficult one that you just gotta kind of like for me, I just gotta not focus on it, let it go, move forward. It's more difficult in my situation because I'm the one in front of everybody talking, which you're on your phone in your bed at work, looking down at it, ready, waiting to say the next thing. What could you say? Blah, 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 blah. But I'm the one that it's on the time schedule, so I'm consistently talking and stuff. So that part can be freaking difficult because at the same time as trying to respect and love everyone, I'm getting so many different point of views or different attitudes towards things and that fucking part can be super, super difficult. Anyway, I'm not trying to preach or anything, just kind of saying some things. And it doesn't have to have a cherry on the top, you know? The cake doesn't always have to have a cherry on the top. It can just be, this is what I'm telling you, you know? Doesn't have to put a label on it. Doesn't, okay, so what do you want us to do? No, it's not about what I want you to do. It's about listening to me and hearing me and um, moving forward, you know? Because I always do that too. I think like, what does this mean? Like, oh, if I did this, what category am I? What am I? Blah blah blah. But it's not even about that. It's just about like working through it, understanding each other, where we come from, all that stuff. You know? Um, but yeah, yeah. Um, I think my problem with the Discord thing is I always look at your comments and likes. So like when I post a hot shirtless picture, the likes are flying up. When I post a picture with just say my girlfriend, there's like half those likes, you know? And then for the next like 2 hours, it's like just dull. So I'm just like saying from my standpoint, that hurts me. That makes me like, wow, you love when it's just me. But when I have like other people or you're not in it, it's totally different story. Like you should be here to be with me and like to be with me, not just for those aspects. And if you are living in that aspect, you're a low life person. If you just want to see someone with their shirt off, especially over the age of 30, and you're not actually focused on like bigger things than that, that's a really minimizing low life person and you need to fix that. You know what I mean? And as much as that hurts to say, because I go through the same shit, it's true, bro. I can't even deny that it's true, you know? So yeah, it's not easy for any of us to, um, but it's just again conversation. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming myself. Just conversation, you know? But yeah, that's the hurtful part. That's the hurtful part. It's like imagine feeling like people loved you for like 5 years, like every ounce of you, but and then you get a girlfriend and you're doing something that you love, and then everything starts to turn salty, and you start running, and then they start not liking shit, or they try to tell you like if you post your girlfriend, we're not gonna send you money or not like it. Do you understand that that's actually a thing in the thing? Like that's an actual emotion that people push. Because I feel it. I'm on the other end of it. But people just don't expect me to say something. But do you think I'm stupid? Like genuinely? No, you know I'm not stupid. So why are you treating me like I'm stupid? You know? You're just being stupid by doing that. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah. It's no, yeah, you guys know I deal with it. Everyone knows I deal with it. You guys see it. So if you act oblivious to it, you're probably one of the ones doing it. But yeah, it's not nice. Like I'm not stupid, guys. Again, I see what I see. I know what I know. It's just it is what it is. I'm not saying that people can't change. People change all the time. I change every day. People that try to categorize you or say you're this person, you are never just that person. You are always growing and learning and understanding, and there's more to it than just black and white. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you what can be in the air sometimes. Listen, if I say something that I don't realize, I say something I don't realize. And then I'm like, fuck, did I really mean that? Yeah, maybe I meant it a little bit. But was that actually who I am and my whole personality? No. But it was still a mistake that I jumped to. Do you know what I mean? So I do it every day. Everyone does it, all of it. But I'm just calling a spade, right? Because we can call spades a spade. But a lot of people judge their character with it. They think like they can't own up to things because they look at their whole character and they're scared of their whole character. And that's okay. But you have to slowly cut the bullshit and you got to really understand who you are. But again, things are grown upon. Like, a relationship, just say me and you have a relationship, we're not gonna grow by not hanging out for that whole week. Like if I just see you one day, we're not gonna grow. But if I'm with you that whole week, we're gonna grow. Like that's just bottom line. What you do to the plant, if you're watering it, if you're taking care of it, you're gonna grow. So just say I'm not paying attention to my fans aren't going to pay attention to me. If I'm paying attention to my fans, at first they might not pay attention to me, but eventually they start to pay attention to me. It's like goes back and forth. If I'm sharing my girlfriend, let's say, not everyone's going to be comfortable with that because it's new. If I continuously share my girlfriend for months and months and months and have consistencies towards that, people will end up being like, wow, what a beautiful couple. They're real, blah, 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 blah. I've obviously had like a bunch of exes as well, which is like, oh, is this going to be the same thing? Blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot that goes into it, right? Um, so yeah, I'm just speaking at the top of my head. I'm not even addressing it, Tanya. That's where you're looking at it wrong. I'm not even addressing it. I'm talking about it. This isn't me addressing anything, and that's what I've been trying to get my point across. This isn't me addressing anything. This is all just having a conversation about life, about what goes on, what could go on, what could be better, what I go through, what you go through, bottom line. So if you look at it as like, oh, this is like so fucking crazy, like blah blah blah, you're just hurting me at the end of the day, bottom line. Because that's not even the case. That's not even the pressure I have to hold in any way. You know what I'm saying? It should be understood, it should be moved forward, it should be under all of that stuff, you know? Right? Yeah, my smile for sure. I'm happy, bro. I'm happy finding love for sure, dude. And like, is it a difficult journey all the time? Yes, but again, love is grown. So like, if I'm not paying attention to my girlfriend, she's not paying attention to me, it's not gonna grow. If I'm paying attention and she's paying attention to me, we're gonna grow. The love's gonna grow. So it's about like talking through it, understanding all aspects, moving towards a better future, better goal, all that stuff. And Jordan Peterson said something sick. It's like, do you see a future with this person? And if you can see a future, that's what people usually start loving. It's like, I can see we both have the same vision for the future. Let's work together to get to that vision. That's love. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's yeah, it's hard definitely because it gets confusing as you get older too. Because you're like, oh, like not everyone, it's hard, right? Yeah, it's great, but don't say it's great if you don't mean it too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear bullshit either. I don't want to hear, oh, like this or this. Like, I want to hear what's real. You know what I mean? I'm not here to listen to bullshit. Bottom line, no one is. You know what I mean? So when you say something, you gotta genuinely mean it, not just say it through this fake kind of emotion and stuff. That's the way to be. If we want any growth, first is being honest. And I'm pretty sure, guys, I've been so fucking honest to you guys, it's unreal. If you guys don't think I've been honest because I play games and stuff for fun, that's a part of me being honest. I'm literally showing you every aspect for me from head to toe. Like full honesty from everything. You guys are the ones analyzing and watching every single part of my life. So if you don't think this is honest and you just want me to call you a bitch, I'll call you a bitch like I already have done. Right? And it's like, what are you trying to get out of me? What are you trying to see? Like, you're trying to get the worst out of me. That's not, I've showed you the worst. I've showed you the best. I showed you east to west. Do you know what I'm saying? Now it's time to grow the fuck up, because a lot of the time it doesn't feel like you're giving me that respect or that care. And that's not fair. And that's just my analyzation. I'm not saying it's all like that because it isn't. There's so many good vibes. There's so many good things that happen. Like it's pretty amazing all the things that happen and stuff. But then there's also another side to it, that needs to be focused on as well because you can't just act like it's nothing. You know what I mean? And there is um things that need to be said sometimes or understood, especially if we want to move forward. Like, if we want to move forward, but actually with respect and love and growth and all of those things, you also need to put in play what is, you know, going on a lot of the time. You got to respect each other's values, all of that, especially the creator. How is the creator going to be a creator if he's not feeling respected? Obviously, it starts with me, right? It's not your job to give me respect that's not earned. So it's my job to earn that respect by respecting myself, right? So that's why I'm talking about this. Kind of where I have to move forward, what I have to do, and difficult tasks to tackle for sure. But, I believe I'm still young, I'm going through things. I got a lot on my plate, more than the average person. I got big dreams. I got a lot of shit, And I know that's respected too. A lot of people understand that. But yeah, it's just about like not judging who I am, but judging where I'm headed, When you're always judging where someone is right there, it's a hateful mechanism. You're just sitting there to jab somebody and pinpoint them to a pinboard. You're not a fucking investigator, okay? Chill. If we want to go on an investigating competition, I'll times seven you. You know what I mean? So it's not an investigating competition here. It's about seeing where they're headed. What is their intention? Loving their dreams. If you don't love the future, how can you have a relationship with that person if you don't love the future? If you don't love the future, you're wasting your time. Do you know what I mean? And if you want to know real shit, ask real questions, right? Don't just like, if you really want to know stuff, ask your questions. How can you know it's real or not when people have lied and broken your trust? It's hard to trust on their side. I think like everyone, you just know it's real and not real. You know from effect and defect. You know from reactions and non-reactions. Like you learn from time itself. You learn from growth. You got a conscience. You continuously just understand more. Okay, if that adds up there, it adds up. It makes sense, and you go off of your sense. So I can add, bro. Okay, I understand things. Yes, I'm not this school academic, but I understand life. I'm living it just like you guys. So it's not rocket science to understand stuff. Is it right all the time? No. My observation is not the same as my analysis. My analysis is not always right because it's always changing. People are always changing, you're always changing. It's never fully the equation. But my observations are right. Not all the time, but mostly, you observe and you're like, okay, that adds up, that adds up. Oh, that changed, that changed. But you are who you are. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is, but yeah. Does it challenge you to be a better will? I think like having to deal with people in general is a challenge. Even if you're just talking to one person, the amount of knowledge you get from just talking to one person is massive. So imagine talking to like a bunch of people. So you get more and more better observation about things. It also depends what's going on though. Like if we're just dancing and having fun, blah blah blah, you're not gonna really learn much, honestly. If you're having good conversations, difficult conversations going from each side, you're gonna learn more. So it depends like what you're talking about and stuff too. It's all of that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I'm just trying to like push things sometimes in a better direction for myself as well, and try to just get you guys, since you've been on this journey with me, to understand like kind of what goes through my mind sometimes. Because it doesn't feel good if I post my girlfriend, let's say, and no one likes it or whatever. I know it's just a business, blah blah blah, but I'm not just a business. I'm sorry to say it. I got my own life, and I'd be glad to go back to landscaping if I could. But the fact that I'm making money off this, doing this, why would I go back to something when I'm making more than I've ever done? But I would love to. If everyone was real and no one wanted to be here, that would be God's gift for me to do exactly what I need to do. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. So it's not about like holding things back and stuff. It's about being a real person, connecting with real people. And yes, if you make money on top of that, that's the most beautiful thing you can imagine for sure. But it definitely comes with its difficulty as well. So I don't like when it's pushed to an all business aspect because that's just not how it is. And it's never how it's been. I've been my own person since day one. Since day one. I did this all myself, you know? So, yeah, yeah. It's not about that, bro. It's not about making money and having sitting in the house and doing whatever you want, bro. Like, what? That's not how nobody wants to live. You want to live life. You want to experience life. You want to go through life. You want to find your way in this world. You want to be respected. You want to share what you want to share. As a creator, the most beautiful thing about being a creator is sharing every aspect of your life and writing a story, a beautiful story that can inspire people, that can inspire you as the character that you are. Not about like making a quick buck, keeping things behind the scenes. What the fuck is that, bro? You might as well join sales, dude, if you're doing something like that. That's just not how I want to live. I'm not that person. I'm not trying to sell you on something. I'm trying to learn and grow, and hopefully we can both get to a better place with influence and all that stuff. Um, but yeah. Yeah, bro. That's why I say I push more movement with my merch and stuff than anything else. It's more the movement. If you like my movement, if you like my growth, if you like what's going on, if you like the story, I appreciate that. But you're not gonna, I get it though. You're not gonna like every aspect. I wouldn't want to like kind of try to make you think that you need to support me if you don't like something, because that's just not how it is. And either way, you won't. If you don't want to do something, you won't do it. So I get where it comes from. All this conversation is, guys, is to let you guys know a little bit how I feel sometimes because it's been on my chest. And since we talk so deep and stuff, and we have these heart to heart talks and all this stuff, it's nice for me to be able to like talk about how I feel genuinely about like things, you know? That's all this is. It's not putting blame on you. Um, it's just a feeling that I have because you also have your side to the story, you know? You have your side of the story to say, but I just don't like how you were with this or this or this, now you're not with this, or I don't really, I just genuinely don't feel like this. Either way, your supports, you have your own life, what works for you. So I'm not here to judge you in any way. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't like judging anyone, you know? But these are just my feelings towards it, so I feel like I'm more heard. That's all. Yeah. Yep. Thanks, guys. Yeah, no problem, guys. I always speak my mind with things, even if I'm always gonna show up and speak my mind, bro. This is my social media. This is what I've grown for the rest of my life. This is my life, bro. I'll defend this for the rest of my life. Like, this is my baby. This is the seed that I planted. This is what I'll defend for the rest of my life. 100%. So I'll always be here. You don't have to thank me, is what I mean, because this is my job. This is what I do, you know? So it's my privilege to be able to speak to anyone about this. So if anything, I thank you for just being here to listen or whatever it is, you know? That's none of your business, you know? I thought things were going well with you sharing your girlfriend, you loved a couple of TikToks. What made you want to pull back? I don't pull back, and that's none of your business, but we can just think about what is going on, and it's not even about the fans with pulling back the girlfriend. It's about me and my girlfriend. We have our own life and we have our own things that happen to us behind the scenes, and we have our own all that stuff. So I think like we have our own kind of, we go about it this way. Okay, we're gonna move this way and stuff like it's kind of like none of your business in that way. You know what I mean? It's something that it doesn't matter. If I share my girlfriend, you should be happy about it. If I don't share my girlfriend, you should be happy about it. Either way, it's my life. It's everything. So that personal aspect is definitely understandable. You gain a lot of knowledge by being personal with someone. But you also want to respect people's boundaries at the same time. Because there's just some things that you don't need to talk about. There's some things that you would be like, you know what? I'm not gonna ask what's going on between Dee and her husband because it's just none of my business. Like, I wouldn't even think about that, you know? I'm gonna ask how Will's doing though, how you doing, how you feeling emotionally. Um, but like to be asking about other people, even if you're saying like, how's this? I would just leave it. Like, don't ask about other people, how they're doing and stuff like that. Like, you know, let other people be themselves, you know? Because it's just, that's them, dude. You know? And it's never for a good intention. Like, if you genuinely have a good intention, you wouldn't just blurt things out. If you have a good intention, you're gonna politely and respectfully find a way to find out or ask properly. That's respect, not just like randomly blurting something out saying, "Oh, how's this?" or kind of going another way to like nitpick it or ask a question that gives advice on this question. Um, you know, just don't ask me for relationship advice. Why would I ask you for relationship advice? I would never. I ask my chat, and if you don't want to time in, don't time in. You know what I'm saying? It's never personal like that. It's for the chat to talk and for me to do my thing and all that stuff. And you know the difference between yeah, I tell the difference between genuine and intrusive 100%, bro. I think like there's a lot of respect for sure, but there's also a lot of disrespect sometimes. So it's difficult to understand. But yeah, I understand for sure when it's genuine and when it's intrusive. For sure, for sure, for sure. I can't even say that any better. Some people might not, but people would still care about each other. If the husbands were here, it would change the dynamic, it would change the dialogue. Some people might like that, some people might not, but people would still care for each other. Yeah, I think like since you guys have listened to my life so much, you feel like you have a big role in my life in a way because I do communicate with you guys and I do listen to you guys and all that. But I think there's just that line of like, some things just keep it personal. And you guys do respect that line. Some people try to push it, whatever, but most of the time, like the whole thing is respectful or there'd be like way more like people getting blocked and shit. But it's not really like that. Um, but I think like so I understand like where it comes from sometimes, but then sometimes it hurts when it's like, oh, but if you post this, I don't like that. But if I like this, it just, and then I'm gonna say this though, so I can like ask you for more things. And if you don't say this, like it almost feels like I don't really care. I just want to like fuck around or something. And I hate that attitude towards things, because it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like I did something that you felt like hurt you or said something, and now you're on this rampage to try to get back at me or find ways to like fuck around. And it's like, why are you doing that, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I fucked up, I'm a creator, bro. I fuck up all the time, dude. Are you kidding me? You know how hard it is in the spotlight? It's not personal, motherfucker. This is a fucking group. We're all having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to be even taking it personal is like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Um, I, sorry, I just thought it was something funny. Um, but yeah. Um, so you gotta like realize that, like, what are you doing, right? Um, have fun, do shit. But just remember that, like, remember that. But the only reason why I get it is because, listen, when I'm not a watcher, like, I don't really watch people too much. Like, I'm not really a fan of people, I'm more of a fan of myself. Um, so like, but I feel like if I was a fan, I would take things personal. I think like that is normal to like when you're watching someone, you take it personal because you're watching it personally and you have your own opinions on things. So I do understand that as well, which um can be hard to understand sometimes because I'm like, I don't know. But I guess just remember, um, yeah, do your thing, yo. If you have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything. If you don't want to be here, just don't be here. If you can't accept things, just move on. You're fine, bro. Do your thing. Like it's not the end of the world, and if it, will you regret it one day? 150%. I believe that genuinely because I think everyone that's already left this my lives, one day they'll regret it. I think they already regret it, bottom line. So I don't know. I think like, that's just my thought process towards it though. It's not right or wrong, you know? It's up for debate. It's up for to see what happens, but I think like that's just yeah, that's just I have my belief, I move towards that, blah blah blah. But I think there's just sometimes we gotta stop acting like teenagers, bro. We gotta stop acting like kids. We gotta start like actually growing properly, talk like, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of the time we can act a little like all these things like it's just not healthy. It's not healthy, you know? We're not the high school quarterback anymore, bro. You're not that pretty cheerleader that's dancing and stuff anymore. It's time to like snap into reality and like if you can't respect reality and it's only fantasy, then I don't know what to say because I'm moved into, reality. You start off with fantasy, but then you grow into reality, what you really want. How do you feel about the fans that were removed from your Discord because their remaining fans target them? I don't really feel anything towards that because it's not the end of the world. If someone did something to you, make a fake account and move towards that, if you really care about gold, you're gonna go find the gold. I'm just using it as an example. So if you're always complaining about getting bullied or leaving or crying about it, you don't really have my best intention because if you had my best intention, you would know that things happen in life, and no matter what, you love me and want to watch me. So I don't really sit here and try to cry about that. You're just looking for things to poke at me and try to start a fight to get closer to me. Like it's just Captain Obvious shit. So I'm not really involved in stuff like that. Tracy, thank you again. Yeah, man, it's you can't if you're complaining about things like that, you don't really care about the big picture. Bottom line. If you care about the big picture, you'll do anything to watch whatever you want. They're fake accounts, they're day ones, whatever, man. Day ones, they're day nuns now. You know what I'm saying? That was their fucking choice. Just because they got kicked out, they have every right to make a fake account, come back in. Even if you don't want to say anything, don't say anything. If you're a real day one, if you love someone, you're gonna watch them no matter what. I don't even have to comment on Theo Vaughn's videos. I just watch them. I don't even have a fucking YouTube account. I just watch them. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about that. It ain't about that. That's just like poor me attitude. I was a day one. Let me have a sucker and sit on top of the roof and dangle my feet. I am playing games like that. That's not how I want to live life. It's not productive. It gets you nowhere. It's just absolutely ridiculous, you know? Deatrice, thank you. Anna, thank you. Tracy, thank you. Wow, that's a good quote, guys. Let me just focus on this quote for a second that Fantilli said. So this quote is saying, forgive yourself for not knowing what time can only read what only time could teach. That's good. Forgive yourself for not knowing exactly. And what I got out of that is that only time can teach you anything. So, Sonia, thank you for the 500. We're constantly learning because we're letting it learn, you know? We're constantly like time's the only thing teaching you. So it's not about like having it figured out. Like the only real thing in this world is like I know we say time's not real, but what time really is just energy, you know? It's just time is just like energy and like mass and stuff like that. Um, so it's like we only got to focus on like what time can heal, you know? Not focused on like everything else and stuff. Yeah, people are too quick to like what they see instead of what they feel, you know? When you're so focused on like what you see or what's going on, you're getting kind of like you're missing the bigger picture, you know? When you focus on how you feel and all that, you start to see it. Yeah, no, I get it. Listen, you're just standing up for yourself. I get what you're saying, whatever, but there's nothing I can do about it. Why are you even bringing it up? Like, there's no point of talking about how do you feel about this fan, blah blah blah, that got removed from the Discord. I'm so sorry. You know, how do you feel about the person that's hurt right now? I'm so fucking sorry. Is there anything I can do about it right now? No, there's nothing I can do about it right now. If they want to come back in and they really care, send me an email, do something. This is not for, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? It's just getting us nowhere, and that's why I'm just breaking it right there and saying, okay. Yes, you've been bullied. You've been this. Okay, so is the whole entire fucking world every fucking day. Every goddamn day, everywhere I go, I'm getting fucking bullied. So to be sitting there and crying about it and putting signs all over the place and making documentaries and doing this and that, it's just seeing the smaller picture. Why you even focus on what other people are saying about you in the first place? You shouldn't even be focused on that. You know, that's not a fucking grown up decision to do. If you're a real grown up and you're mature, you don't give a rat's ass what other people think about you at all. You care about what you're doing and what you're gaining, you know? So it's just obnoxious. It's crazy. I get it, okay? I'm sorry. If someone hurt you, I don't want that. Fuck. That's the last thing I want. Why would I ever want that? Never, you know? So if you're sitting there and you're sad and you're sorry, I am sorry as well. Genuinely. Sorry for you. Like, and I am. Oh, but you should be sorry for yourself, William, because you allowed it to happen, or you should get mad at these people. I am then. I am. Like, we all live in this life, we're all taking hits of everything. I am. But we're also not trying to focus on what's going on. We're trying to focus on where we're going, not what the fuck is going on. Like, no shit that's going on. Everything's going on. But we're trying to focus on what we're doing better, where we're going. Bottom fucking line. Nothing else matters. Right? It's just common sense, bro. It's common sense. Uh, anyway. James Hetfield from Metallica said that aging was like a high rise. I'm not crying I'm not even saying you're crying about it, bro. It just seems like, there are no people like I don't like what you're saying, bro, to be honest. Like you say, I'm not crying about it, I was just curious. It seems there are other people making like the first thing you did is like say you're not crying about it. The crying was just a metaphor of how I feel. It's not the crying wasn't you to come in and like defend yourself. There's no fight about that. So right there you wasted my time even reading that. And then you're saying it seems there are other people making decisions on your behalf, which, okay, why is that any of your business? You know what I'm saying? And there's not. Guess what? I brush my teeth. I wipe my ass. Bottom line. I do what I want to do for what I want to do. And the whole conversation I just had was me standing up for myself and saying, yo, this is how I'm moving forward. So there should be some, yeah, that's great. We don't have to go backwards, is what I'm saying. And then and unfortunately you bear the consequences for it. I get that, but I'm also the one that chooses my consequences. I choose what goes on in my life. I choose what I take in. I choose this. And right now I'm choosing to talk about this subject, grow on this subject, and understand and let other people understand. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I understand what you're saying. We all understand. But where are we going is what matters, not what is going on. And the whole thing is this is why I left the fan group because this and why I stuck up for that is don't focus on people that are hating on you. Focus on you. Don't focus on fucking Jim dropped you or Laura freaking this person that said this or this or this. Like you're not getting anywhere, bro. Like at all. You should only be focusing on what you want to do, what you love to do, what brings you joy. Not on trying to stop other people from doing shit. Yeah, man. It's common sense, man. Even saying amen, focus on you, you're saying it like a broken record. You don't need to be saying shit like a broken record. You don't need to get all upset if I speak to you like with honesty and truth. You just gotta be able to fucking take it, learn from it, grow from it. So you choose to allow others to decide who the community and reduce your income. So you choose to allow others to decide who's in your community and reduce your income. So you choose to allow others to decide. No, I don't choose others to decide my community. If you're talking about the team I'm working for, it's the team I'm working for. If they bring it to me and say, "Can this person go out? Is this person saying too much?" Blah 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 blah. If fans don't like some person, that's on them. Listen, if these fans are chirping somebody and I don't know about it or whatever, but they're doing this, that's their personal issue. If someone decides to leave because they're getting chirped, that's their problem. That's not, you're never going to stop people from being people. People are going to bully, people are going to say things, whatever, but it's your job to overcome that. So you should be able to come in here and be yourself. If you don't want to say anything, don't say anything. Like move strategically, move proper. But you have to focus on what matters, what you're getting, not making friends. That's not your job. Your job is to be yourself. It's not about proving yourself that I'm this fucking person or proving yourself that I'm this person where I got five people that liked my Discord comment. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't care if it's a troll, guys. I'm speaking to the public. I'm speaking to you guys, even. Speaking to everyone. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand, but it's not even about that. They just stop making the fake accounts, stop complaining. They're doing this, they not choose to leave, they're kicked out of the Discord for being themselves and supporting you. We'll make a new account, talk to me about it earlier on live and say, hey, well, listen, I got removed because this, and this, and I would like to come back in because this, and this, and you're fine. And stop making a fake account writing it, and then going on your real account and writing that you're playing a game to make it less obvious. We can snipe it like bullets. Well, I can, and it's just not something that should be happening. Focus on what is real. No, don't be focusing on what you want your life to be. Focus on what is real, what is going on right now. And yeah, if you really care, you write me a message in the Discord. Hey, well, this is what's going on. I was just wondering if I can please come back in the Discord. Like, do it in a respectful manner, and I will be like, oh, fuck, that's actually something going on. Do you know what I'm saying? So then I would talk with it. I'm not a troll McQuarrie fan that watched the past 4 years. I choose not to engage with everything you see. Yeah, I get that, and I don't even think it's all up to you. But if you really care, you engage, no matter what hits you take. Like if I comment on Theo Vaughn's post, I comment because I care. I don't care what other people are saying. I might think about it for a second, who's gonna agree with me, who's not gonna agree with me. But either way, I fucking say it because I care. You know what I'm saying? So that's up to you. That's not up to me. If if someone's bullying you too, that's their problem. Apparently, they have all contact you with no response. Well, you're not contacting me right now. I'm on live right now. I read everyone's comment. If you want to contact me, you say something properly. Yes, you can go to my email. You can just make a fake account and say, "Hey, I'm on a different page. I'm on a different page. This is I have a real account. Like say it properly, say in a big text, I'll talk to you. And if I say whatever and say, hey, well, do you think I can email your management to try to get back in? I'm gonna go on a fake account. Like explain yourself if you care, be vulnerable, be open. Like I'm very respectful. I will talk to you. I'm not worried about stuff like that. Yeah, well, say it here. Don't even say go to the team because it's my fucking team. You know what I mean? I'm saying say honestly here and I'll talk about it. But if one of the things I say is go to the team, then yes, I'll send you over to the team, right? So yeah, be respectful there as well. There aren't the type of people to make fake accounts. I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going with this. I think we're done here. Jill, thank you so much for the one gifted. Yeah, whatever it is what it is, man. Text if you want to play some COD after dinner. See you later. Also, giving money does not buy you the right to be an ass. 100%, bro. If you think, oh, I gave this person money so I can get closer to them, or this, or this, or this, I'm just telling you it's not the way, right? Is there ways towards that? Yeah, if you're a top gifter in here, I'm not gonna lie, it has definitely made me notice Debbie more than if she didn't gift at all. Like, let's be real there. If Debbie's a top fucking gifter, I'm definitely gonna know Debbie more than if she didn't gift at all, you know? So, is there truth to that? Yes. Should you be living fully off of that to try to do? No, there's yeses and nos throughout the whole fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? Adding and subtracting the whole thing. And it's just the thing that matters is if your equation is right or wrong. And if your equation is wrong, you need to work on fixing it, you know? Yeah, I'm not saying that's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't think there's nothing wrong with that in the first place, you know? I'm not even saying it like I feel like there's something wrong with that at all. I know there's nothing wrong with that. I include everyone, but I don't have to. It's not like I'm obligated to include everyone. If I want to say, fuck you, Laney, you don't send me money, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Bottom fucking line. You like it or not, I can be exactly how I want. But do I feel like that's a good thing to do? No, I feel like there's people that don't have money and just want to be here. Why would I disrespect somebody like that? I just wouldn't. Just something for you to be aware of. They were not people like that. They gifted you and continued to gift a lot of people, including their friends, because they defended you while kicking it. No, I know. I see the ganging up. I've talked about the ganging up before. There's people that want to push this narrative, push this narrative. A lot of it's for control. That's just life. But like, it's if you're doing that for control, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You got to kind of fix what you're doing it for. Yes, you got to take your big girl sucker and shove it in your mouth and kind of grow up a little bit, but that's what you got to do. You got to grab a better grasp on life. You got to have a better outlook on life. You got to do better things, right? Debbie with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think there's right and wrong in every situation. I don't really like to judge people. If there's something I think D's doing wrong, there's 100 things D's doing right, you know? So I'm not tr there's right and wrong for me, for you, for this person, all of that. But that's why communicating about it is a good thing, you know? A really good thing. Debbie, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. Pauline, thank you. Why would anyone be kicked out for defending? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't think so. I think like the only thing like if people have ill intentions, they'll be kicked out. You know, if they're trying to start a fight, they'll be kicked out. If they're doing things that are behind my back or telling me one thing and doing the other thing, they'll be kicked out. But I've had a lot of people where I'd be like, "Are you kidding me?" And they'd be like in denial or doing this for this. I don't like that. You know, lying and all that is not a way to live life. Um, I get it though, sometimes you think like if I'm saying something, you're not really hearing me, you're more just like listening to like, and you're like, that's not me, like what the hell? I get that, but I'm just trying to, I guess it's like 3 strikes usually, unless you come and say something insane. Like if you come and say something insane or really mean or something right off the bat or whatever, obviously I'm gonna either call you out or kick you out. But it's usually like 3 strikes. Like if you keep doing something that you're get kind of being like, all right, like we don't want that, then we'll kick you out, you know? But yeah, we've given a lot of grace for sure, and we always do give grace. 100%. 100%. And if you never feel like that, I obviously appreciate you coming here and saying something. So I'm not saying like F you. I'm just like speaking up for what I feel at the moment, but I'm definitely always okay with like listening to how you feel. Or we're all not perfect. People make mistakes. Do you know what I'm saying? I still watch you quietly. I apologize. Yeah, that's amazing, bro. I understand. Um, I'm not trying to like call anyone out or anything, and I apologize too for a lot of things as well to every single one of you guys, right? So we're all in the same kind of boat with that. And that's why I appreciate your apology, but like, actions speak louder than words. We don't even have to really talk about it. We just move forward and feel better and have better vibes. And again, if you need to leave, you leave. If you want to stay, you stay, and just kind of, go with the flow, try to fix things with time, and if you have like a hateful feeling towards someone, try to get rid of that hateful feeling. I'm trying it. You should try it as well because it doesn't do you any good. A lot of the time I'll sit there and every time I have a negative aspect for someone, it doesn't do me any justice. It makes my life worse because I'm not perfect. So if I'm hating someone, I'm hating a lot of shit that I should be loving as well. So it's yeah, it's all actions, I watch quietly. I just enjoy you watch the journey and learn a lot just quietly. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no worries. I don't want anyone to worry about anything. It's good. Um, yeah, it's all good. All good in the hood, guys. It's always good to talk to you guys. I'm like so appreciative to be able to talk to all you guys. It helps me understand things for myself and also for other people. So like I always appreciate this. Like it's never hate. It's always good conversations and stuff. So that's like super refreshing for me. Super refreshing. Like I've had to drink water for like 40 minutes and I'm still just sucking back words talking to you guys. That's how much I genuinely appreciate and love doing this, or I wouldn't be doing that. Is it hard sometimes? Yeah, it's hard a lot, you know? But it's also good for me, you know what I mean? It helps talk about it, talks all that. Yeah. Mindy, thank you. Yeah, exactly, man. Seriously. Yeah, learning how to, and then even when I do the phone calls and stuff, it's nice to talk to you guys there as well. It's just like a lot of things that I hope you guys are noticing is I'm being more like consistent with this. I try to share this stuff and then I go off the map and I do this and I complain or whatever. But I hope you guys kind of notice like lately, and I know you have noticed the consistency. I want to keep pushing that consistency because that's the only way I'm going to grow. If I keep kind of coming in, dumping something, leaving, we're not even getting anywhere. So I gotta stop focusing on like other people's opinions so much, focus more about like how I'm gonna grow and the consistency of all that. Don't let things kind of bring me down. Peta, thank you. So thanks for today with the 500. Thank you so much, Peta. It's hard growing though because you want to just like you don't want to feel like you know it all or you don't want that responsibility and stuff. So that's why like I've held back a lot. But honestly, there's no place I'd rather be than working on my life. And like this is what I do when I have these conversations is all this energy is running through me and flowing out of me. So I even feel more connected to my computer. I feel more based in. My body feels healthier, feels like I'm not holding as much back. So like all this stuff is like very good for me. And the fact that I'm continuously doing it is because my body's telling me this is what I need. So kind of just like following your heart and moving forward and all that. It's been super hard for me to commit. You know that song that we just played, and it's like I can like dabble, but I won't give all my heart or whatever by Morgan Wallen. Um, it's kind of like that. I'm like that a lot because I've been hurt in the past or whatever. So it's hard for me to kind of fully commit with things. I have a very difficult time, but I'm definitely getting to that place. And I think having a girlfriend like who I have, I'm fully committed, honestly. Not as I need to commit more, and so does she because we're working on that, right? We obviously need to get to know each other, etc. and like all that. But we're definitely getting to a point where I'm like more and more committed, and it's like a good feeling. So being able to be committed in every area of my life, what I'm doing here, what I'm doing in my relationships, all that kind of make me the full person that I need to be and stuff. So it's good and it's something that I've always wanted to, right? These are things that I wanted. And they're things I suggest. Because real life is so much better than the petty life that you try to live. Real life is something that you'll never take for granted. You'll always be so grateful, even when it's super hard, like it hurts hard. It literally, the miracles that happen when you let your seed be watered and grow is like everything you've ever dreamed of in a way. So it's like good to be like committed and go all in with it, bro. Jump in that deep end and live your life. It's not a bad thing. Obviously when the time's right, when you're safe to do so, when you're feeling good, all of that stuff. But I don't know, to be petty about things like, oh, I don't have you, what am I gonna do? Man, you're like 50 years old, bro. It's time to move on. Stop telling yourself this sad story of, he's just so hot and like I can't get over him and like honestly like this or this or this. Like, no, bro. You just want to be fucked. You love that fuck. You think I'm super fucking hot. You have this fantasy going on. You want to fulfill it and then blame it on me. And that's just not fair. You're not going to be blaming shit on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy because that's what it ends up doing. It's like you start this and then you take all that baggage of like, oh, I gained all this. I'm just going to throw it on there, on him. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, why are you blaming? Like, that doesn't even make sense. And it's like, what a ridiculous thing to do? Um, but again, no one's perfect. So when you're feeling stuff, I don't want to say your feelings are stupid because they're not. Your feelings have truth to it, but so do mine. So both of our feelings have truth to it. Um, and it's about getting to a better truth for both of us. Do you know what I mean? It's not about making yourself right or making me right. It's about working to get to a better place understanding that, yeah, your feelings were valid. These are things that you feel, and they're nothing to be embarrassed about. Even if I say it's embarrassing or whatever, it's nothing to, even if it's embarrassing, even if you trip and fall, it's not something to be embarrassed about. Why are you wasting your time being embarrassed? Yes, an embarrassing thing happened to you. It happens to every single one of us every single second of the day, fuck. But it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's something to own, move on, understand. Even if you feel like you dug yourself a hole, it is way better to be an honest person and to love your life and to learn about your life than to not, than to hold back on things or whatever it is. Oh yeah, I can be petty too. But I'm trying not to be. But a lot of it starts from commitment. If you can commit yourself to doing things and it's mostly just commit yourself to you. Commit yourself to you. Who's you? You're your head, your heart, and your gut in an alignment, and you're the feelings that you feel when you align your head, your heart, and your gut. And as you grow from your head and heart and the gut, all those feelings you're getting through, learning about, walking through is who you become and who you are. So just keep working on yourself and loving yourself, Um, and that is the best thing you can do. Be your best cheerleader. Be your best warrior, dude, Like love like everything that you aspire to be, like love that. Even if like you have to like fake it in a way, fake it till you make it. Like just love like what yourself is telling you. Love that. Like if you're like, if I want to be a writer, like love that even if you won't be a writer, that you love being a writer because that motivates you and like in every aspect of your life where you feel good and you feel the characteristics that are good about you and stuff like that, you know? Um, yeah. And yeah, I'm not trying to preach anything, but good conversations, guys. Good conversations. I love talking about stuff like that. And I also just wanted to kind of tell you guys where I come from in that kind of aspect, but I also don't expect anything from you. I know that you have your own life and stuff, and it's fine. Like everything's good. But I obviously want you guys to like also hear me in situations. So I appreciate everyone being here and like listening to me and stuff. And like you don't understand how much that means to me. And if you ever want to talk about something or you have something to say, if you say it respectfully and try your best, I will try my best as well, and we can talk like that too, because I think like that shit matters as much as we want to push it to the side. It matters, bro. Like I feel 10 times lighter. Is it kind of scary explaining my feelings? It is because people can use it against me or whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't like to hold things in, bro. I don't like to be closeted. I don't like to shut my mouth on certain things. I like to express who I am and how I feel. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, I didn't expect you to. Do I want you to? Yes, dude, that would be amazing. But do I expect you to? No. I think like you dig for gold forever, you don't expect to actually find gold, but you're hoping that one day you stumble across it, you know? So focus more on like the work than anything else, you know? Like the work on working on yourself and trying to better your life than like anything else. Like, oh, thanks, guys. But yeah, respect is something I try to get for sure because it actually matters the most, guys. Like when you get respected, that is the only thing you should be searching for is being a respectful person. Like actually, bro. If you can find a way to just grow your respect, bro, that is the best goal you can ever have in your life, dude. Like honestly. Because you feel so good about yourself. You're a respectful person, you feel love, you feel this, like it's a good thing, you know? A really good thing. So yeah, head high up. Exactly. I appreciate that. Thanks. Because you got to remind yourself that. And today is Tomorrow's not promised, so love your life. I just want to say how impressed I am with the heartfelt conversation. Thank you. Yeah, I feel better. And this is what I mean by if you can be this real, you don't even need to work out as much as you think, because even working through your emotions like this is the biggest workout you can do. If you want any woman, any person, any job opportunity, you need to focus on your emotional status, how good you can talk through things, how good you can work through things. How that is going to make you stronger than you can ever imagine because your brain is 10 times more strong than your muscles. Your brain is the strongest thing in the entire world. So you need to focus more on that, and everything else will come to play, like who you really are and who you want to be. Don't focus too much on the outer shell. Focus on the hardest thing that's going on within you, and kind of work through all those, and you'll be like as strong as can be. You know. Um, yeah. Yeah, you need to work on communicating. If you have any stumbles in your breath, like you're stumbling a little bit or anything, you need to work on it. You need to always work on like speaking your mind as it comes to you. Even if you sound ridiculous, you need to speak your mind as it comes to you and let it flow and just understand that this feeling is what I'm feeling and this is how I'm feeling and just keep on moving because that's who you are, bro. The person that you're being is the person you're being. You know what I'm saying? Not the person that's like, okay, oh no, like, no. Trust, I thought that for a little bit. You got to be perceived a certain way, blah, 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 or this is what people like. This, no, don't even focus on that. Focus on getting everything out of your system, learning, growing quickly, flushing out the negative toxins, and just accumulating better and better things and moving towards it. Even if it takes a lot of work, just keep fucking buzzing it, be yourself, understand things. The more you're active, the better you're gonna be. And I don't mean run on a treadmill, but the more you are actively listening and actively reacting on who you are, the better things are gonna be for you. Like genuinely, seriously, so true. You know? It's like that focus, bro. We gotta fucking keep that focus where we need it. A lot of the times, guys, we don't keep that focus where we need it. A lot of the times we're focused on things that don't matter, and we need to understand that that focus matters so much, and what we're doing with that focus matters so much. Yeah, focus on the good, bro. Focus on the good for sure. For sure, for sure. Sometimes it's hard to find the good, but it's like just focus on what's making you feel good because you'll be like, why not? And then good will come to you. Don't focus so much on like, how am I perceived or what if this happens or how do I get back at this or how do I fix this? Like your life is just in this moment. It's not about your past. It's not about your future. It's just in this moment. It's the only thing that's real. So only focus on that, like understand that. You know what I'm saying? One of your very first lives, I don't want to be the hot guy. I want to be the respected guy. Do you remember that? Yeah. Well, for sure, bro. I've always been like that. I think like looks are very like, oh yeah, like let's just use this person because he's good looking, but behind your back, they're laughing at how stupid you are. But I don't care how many people tried to put me in that category. I was never stupid. I knew the whole time. I understand everything. Trust me, I'm smarter than you can imagine. Even when people say, wow, you're smart, I'm like, really? That is what made you think I'm smart? So like the bottom line is like you are what you strive to be. You are what you want to be. And no, that's the last thing I want to be. I would never want to be just this like it would just wouldn't even be true. That's why I'm looking at it like what the fuck? Because it's not even a true aspect. It's just not even a thing. Like why? No, it's like ridiculous to even say. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I said it before is because it's a big societal thing that people can get misconceited on, like, oh, I need to look good or I need to have money to do this. But at the end of the day, it's like about who you are? But then watching your values throughout that, you'll start to think, don't let yourself get in a dark moment where you're like, oh, but if I don't have this, I won't have this. No, no, no. It's only about like who you are, and you can't attach yourself to anything. You can, but you have to remember that what you detach is more you, you know? The more that you detach is the more you. That's getting to your apple bone. That's getting to your core is what you like when you detach who you are, you know? So, that's when people think more real. People think more fake when you're attaching everything of, oh, I'm a salesman. This is me. Oh no, you're the guy that picks his asshole on the couch, like when you're behind the doors though, so how can I try? You know what I mean? That's the whole thing about being real and fake and stuff like that. So I try to show both. I try to show the ego, the what I want to be in society at the same time as balancing out who I am and working on that because it's always changing. You can't look at me and say, "Oh, you made this move with your right left arm, but most of the time you move with this arm." So that you're fake. You're hiding something. No, it's just fucking habit. It's fucking how things go, and you're always growing. You know what I mean? So focus on like be careful what you're focusing on and the things you're putting on and the things you're getting off on. You know, that's a big thing. Focus, be really careful and focus on the things that you're getting off on. Like, if you are always looking for negative and you're like, oh, he did that, he's fake, or this or that, like, you're always going to be that low vibration person. And even if you're getting a feeling, you're not actually getting the right feelings for yourself. You want to be very careful with what you're focusing on. And to do that, I think you should focus on different things all the time. You shouldn't just be in a one ratio. You should be focusing on this, you should be on this, understanding this. And this advice is for myself too, just so you know. Like I'm just speaking at the top of my head what I think is good, but I don't want you guys to think like I'm selling a course on this or something, and this is like how I help people. This is just like conversation, you know? Um, but yeah, great talks, guys. I'm gonna get going though, I think, because I need some water. I want to smoke. I want to chill for a bit, and then I gotta get singing and stuff in a little bit. So I got a little bit of stuff to do. So, I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for everything. You guys mean the world to me, and just know that you can do whatever you say your mind to. If you want something, you go get it. Is it going to take a lot of work? It's going to take more work than you've ever imagined in your life. You're going to feel like you're dying most days. But just know you're never dying. You always got this, and this is what you're meant to do. And just keep pushing for what you want to do. It's hard advice to give the average person because not a lot of people are doing this. Not a lot of people want to do this, or they do, but they're scared to. But I'm telling you, if you want to be fully free in life, you need to take that first step and you need to work towards that and love yourself because it'll always be the same cycle, you know? So I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I can't believe it's already 5 o'clock, guys. Like, we've been on this call. I mean, we've been on this for a long time. Fear Factor. Yes, I want to do Fear Factor. Just give me a sec. It's on at what time again? Because it would be nice to do a live for Fear Factor. Fear Factor time, Toronto. I gotta stop searching on Google. It's so much easier to search up on ChatGPT. 9 o'clock. Okay, 9 EST. Okay, 9 o'clock. So that's perfect. I don't know if I can stream it. If you can stream it, I'm trying to think what I can do. What can I do? I don't know. I don't know. But either way, we can watch it. Like I'll have it right there and I can kind of commentate it a bit. Um, I will try to put it on my computer in a way, but I don't think I have like all that stuff to set it up and but maybe the second time we can do that. Um, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think it'll be playing. I just think it's going to be on TV. I think I'll have to either subscribe to a TV network, which I don't even have things set up and stuff, and I have a lot to do in the meantime. So I don't think I have enough time to do all that or the energy to do all that right now. But I think just for now, at least, put it on the TV, watch it on TV, and have these conversations about what's going on. Hopefully, we all get it. Hopefully, I get it. You turning pieces behind you. No, I can't. Good idea. Yeah, that's actually maybe what I could do. But I don't know if you guys would be able to hear the TV because it doesn't take outside noise. Um, Streams on Hulu the next day. Um, but yeah, either way, we'll have it on the TV and talk about it. But hopefully you guys can get it too, because it'd be nice if we can all watch some Fear Factor and kind of have the same reactions to it. I'm just excited because it's Johnny Knoxville, and I haven't heard of Johnny Knoxville in a long time. And the fact that Joe Rogan used to be um, the guy that did it, it's cool to see that Johnny Knoxville is the new guy to do it, you know? Um, Also, if you haven't yet, check out um, check out Joe Rogan's new podcast, or I'll watch on here eventually. But if you watch Joe Rogan's new podcast, he is with Bradley Cooper. I'm sure you guys love Bradley Cooper. And it just came out yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. Um, but an absolute amazing podcast. And just listening to Bradley Cooper, he's such a cool guy, such an insightful guy, and the way he handles things is super amazing. And yeah, obviously he's hot. But yeah, if I might watch it on here later for a bit. I'm not sure, but I might not. But yeah, if you want to just check that out, it's pretty cool. Even if you just watch it the first little bit of it, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but it's nice. Anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon. Um, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna miss you guys already because I love talking to you guys. I can't believe how sore my chest is, and I haven't even done a lot of working out. But just from talking and stuff, bro, like right here, my collarbone, sore, bro. That's how out of shape I am. And just from talking this much, I'm getting in shape. That's the importance of just following your heart. Strongest you'll ever be is when you follow your heart. Yeah, it's tensed up, bro. Not having so much pressure on my back, all this stuff. But if you're able to just keep moving forward and talk about it, that's how you start straightening up. That's how you start standing up for yourself. That's how you feel better. So it's about doing that, you know? But yeah, a nice massage would be nice. But more importantly, it's not even about the massage. It's about me doing me, you know? Um, yeah. And if you guys have anything hateful, like, bro, just keep it to yourself. Trust me, it's not even worth to focus on. Like, you're not here to, like, I don't know. I just think, like, there's better things to focus on than to focus on proving some fake account or it's proving anyone. Like, you'll never see me going on podcasts trying to defend myself ever. It's pointless. If there is anything, it better be forced. Like, I need to do that because other than the forced, I ain't fucking doing it. Bottom fucking line. Like I'm not wasting my time trying to prove myself when we're just wasting time. Like all that matters is what I'm eating tonight and where I'm going and what I'm getting out of it. Bottom fucking line. So don't even try to you're just wasting your time. You're wasting your word. It's very petty. You're proving people right because you're continuously saying something. It's nonsense, you know? Um, the reason why I say stuff is because it's my platform. So I'm just saying on my platform, like about what I feel like and stuff. But no, it's not. It's just pointless. Just focus on like what brings you peace, what makes you happy, how you're gonna do it. Focus on detaching yourself from things that don't make you feel good. You only live once. Like fuck all that other shit. Seriously. All right. Like honestly, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. You know. That's a really good saying. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Word of the night focus. Sure, let's do focus. We can do word of the night focus. I like that word. Focus. Um, yeah, anyway, I'll be back on calls I think Sunday. Um because I got a doctor's appointment on Friday, going to mom's on Saturday to see my grandma and stuff. So I'll be back on phone calls, I'm pretty sure on Sunday, just so you guys know. All right. So people that are looking forward to that or whatever, I'll probably do four on Sunday and then tackle more during the week as well. But it's just like tomorrow, um, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Can they be booked now? Not yet, I don't think so. Because I'm trying to just chop through them for a little bit. So after like 20 more, 15 more, maybe yeah, maybe a couple, probably another couple weeks, then we could start booking more. Um, I would reckon. Um, yeah. Gas pedal TikTok. Yeah, I do owe you guys a gas pedal TikTok, I'm pretty sure. I'm just trying to think when I'm gonna do it. Um, if you guys can send me that gas pedal TikTok, the old one, so I can kind of see like how I did it. So I can like set up my phone, just get a quick brief, and then I'll try to redo that. So yeah. That's what I was thinking, right? Like doing it as soon as possible, but I just need to see it quick and understand it, and then so yeah. All right, it's in the video and Discords. It's in videos and Discords. Okay, perfect. So I will see you guys later, and I will try to do that gas pedal TikTok for you guys. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. Bye guys. Love you.